back and Happy New Year. This is your friend Elizabeth Gaddy. I am the Director of Operations for the Tyler Gaddy team at Omni Homes International here in Tucson. Since it's a new year, I figured I'd start off by differentiating between business producing activities and those that are business supporting. This is a pretty quick video, so let's get started. So, business producing activities are those that lead to potential business, whether it's business that you can create right now or down the line. In our world, it's also called lead generating. So, you might ask yourself, what are some lead generating activities? Some examples are picking up the phone. This is everyone's favorite, I know. Whether it's calling your sphere, cold calling, calling expired listings, lenders or title reps, just anything that gets you to talk to people on the phone and spark a conversation. Door knocking is another biz producing activity. Following up, again, this can be follow up with past clients, new leads, people in your sphere. And this is more so like if you're following up on a text or email, Facebook, or however it is that you like to communicate with your people. Networking is another activity that I have found a lot of success in. This is just about getting in front of people, much like door knocking. Open houses, script practice, and hosting seminars, whether it's a buyer seminar, investors, or whatever other topic that you want to do it on. There's, of course, more lead generating activities. These are just the ones that are coming to mind right off the bat. So, as long as you're doing any of these activities or a combination of them and you're doing them consistently, and that's the key, really, consistency, then you will generate business for yourself eventually. The speed at which it happens for you will depend on several factors like your experience, your conversion rate, how often you do them, and how consistently. Again, consistency. If you have a script or if you're just winging it. So all of those things will have an effect on when it happens for you. But at the end of the day, if you're spending most of your energy and focus on these activities, you can't fail. You may not succeed when you want to, but your success will be coming at some point. Now, I'm sure you noticed I did not mention social media or advertising or marketing. Well, that's because those are not considered business generating. They're actually business supporting activities. And I think that's where a lot of agents get hung up on, especially nowadays where social media plays such an important role. Know that this is a tool, but it's not necessarily where most of your business will come from. Now, again, don't get me wrong, it's important to have a social media presence, but likely you're not going to get a ton of leads from it unless you're some sort of social media guru and you have experience on capturing leads that way. um, but then also you have to convert them. It's not just about the capture. So in my opinion, you're better off having a presence but focusing on what has been proving to work over and over, which are the activities that I mentioned before. There's no need to reinvent the wheel unless you want to, I guess. So, business supporting activities are the things that need to happen for your business, but they're not the ones bringing in the money. So, creating systems for filing, follow up, compliance, and such. And when I say follow up, I mean the system itself. Having social media presence, managing your transactions and anything that's admin related, taking your CE classes or creating marketing materials, attending inspections, final walkthroughs, and even signing appointments. Those are all business supporting. They're not bringing you any new business. I really want to make a point out of this because I see too many agents not reach their full potential, not even tap on it really, because they just don't understand the difference between the two. I know social media is fun. I know creating marketing materials and making them look pretty is fun. And that gets our creative juices flowing, but that's really not where your business is going to come from. And that's just the reality of it. Branding is important, having that presence is important, but you cannot expect your flyer to generate, 5 leads or to generate them right away. This is a long term game, and there's not a whole lot of instant gratification. So, how come script practice made it to the list of lead gen activities then, right? So, script practice is on there because it actually helps you get better at having the important conversations that lead to converting them into clients and bring you business. It's a skill development, and it's not just any skill, but the core skill to grow your business. And I cannot stress that enough. Um, I know that everyone, or most people anyway, in our field, don't really believe in scripting, and they don't want to sound like a machine. And, whatever your opinion is, scripting is not about you saying the exact same thing every single time. It's more so about making that conversation flow and you being able to take control of the conversation and steer it where you want to go so that you can convert that lead into a client. As a general rule of thumb, you will spend about 20% of your time doing business generating activities and 80% of your time doing everything else. So it really becomes super important to give that 20% of your time your very best. I'm going to be very honest, lead gen is not always fun, especially if you're a solo agent and you're working from home or you're alone at your office and you don't have like buddies or someone to motivate you or bounce ideas off of. It can get very repetitive. And the truth is, most agents dread it. But the reality of it is, if you're not doing it and giving it your all every single time, you're probably not going to get very far in this industry. Real estate itself is not hard. The hard part is realizing what the right things to do are. And then the next hurdle is actually doing them and doing them over and over again while not getting discouraged for a long period of time. Um, and, you'll get discouraged sometimes, but it's important to overcome it and just have the mentality to keep going. If you're just starting your real estate career, I recommend you read Up and Running in 30 Days by Carla Cross. It really breaks down the difference between business supporting and business generating. And it has trackers you can use so that you don't have to create them yourself. It makes suggestions on how much time to spend on each activity and how to conduct each activity. The idea behind this book is that if you follow the book's plan for 30 days, you'll get your first client within that time frame. Now, your closing may not happen within those 30 days, but at the very least, you will have one viable prospect to run with. It's a book that I used in my first year of real estate. And if this is your first video, then you may not know that I started as a solo agent back in 2019. I was able to get a listing and 2 buyers within my first 8 months or so in the business. So, you just got to follow it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just got to follow what the other top producers have already figured out and laid out there for you. Other books that are on my list of must read for real estate agents are Shift by Gary Keller. I cannot say enough good things about this book. If you are navigating the market for the first time or the 10th time, every single time you read it, you'll probably get something out of it. Um, it helps you navigate the market, how it flows, and what to pay attention to become familiar and really become an expert in the field. And the other book that I highly recommend, especially if you're, well, not especially if you're starting, but I don't know. This is just one of my favorite books. It's called The 7 Levels of Communication by Michael Mayer. And this book helps you develop your active listening skills. It improves your overall communication as you come from a place of contribution, which was actually the book that inspired me to do these videos. And it just helps you stay positive through the ups and downs of real estate. Um, but yeah, that is it. I do have a list of prospecting and lead generation ideas. So if you want that, I am happy to email it to you. Just drop me a note, send me a text, and I'll be happy to send it. No strings attached, as always. I'm just happy to help, and willing to provide that information for you. I hope you found some valuable insights in this short video. As always, I am happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you for watching and see you next time.